And this is so well done by Complexity overall. Monkey's Forever doing a very good job with the pull of the creep wave. He's going to double stack the creeps so that he can just one-time Firefly.
That's the thing. When you have some of these supports that can't really stop a situation like this, like the Witch Doctor, there's only so much impact a level 1 Maledicts is going to be able to do for you, that these offlaners, if they're able to cut creep waves like this, they just get a free ride, get full CS every single time. Sometimes we're going to see him farming up neutrals on top of the regular creep wave. This is going to give Monkeys Forever a big advantage. FY trying to entertain himself as there's not too much fun in this lane, a tri-lane with a melee support that can really only swashbuckle every once in a while. He's just going to toss some balloons around and wait for the creep wave to push back into them so they can finally get some CS.
Oh, look towards mid is
progress of this hero.
Complexity, they've just got to be a little bit more careful in these lanes because I feel like they were doing just fine in CS despite the 8-4 kill lead that's going in favor of LGD. It is only a 1,000 gold lead for them. So things are still on track as long as you don't tilt yourself. I think they're doing just fine on the side of Cole. Team fights are still very winnable with their heroes too.
You could definitely hit a strong mid-game timer here with your Lina and Batrider, who've had pretty decent lanes, but that CS, I mean, he had the CS lead over the Storm Spirit, but now after so many kills going to maybe, it's actually slightly up in net worth, sitting at second over the Lina.
Getting the kills on Monkeys that one time is pretty huge.
Yep.
Monkeys Forever is not that underfarmed. He's got 41 CS, a kill himself. He is level 7. All these things matter as a DD rune's going to spawn for the Storm Spirit. I'd really like to see them smoke and make their way to top with the Storm.
Yeah.
I think this is probably the correct play for them to make. Just get aggressive on the map with maybe.
What about Ame? You want to use his Chronosphere now, or are you fine with him just chilling out?
I'm good with him just farming. He's level 10. He
Yeah.
can make his rotation top 2 if he wants, but I really want the Storm to smoke right now. One way to deal with having so many different counters to you, they're just going to go up mid.
Maledict onto Z-Freak, the paralyzing cast bouncing back to Z-Freak. 2 helps with the damage needed to be able to get that kill, but the lasso onto the Storm Spirit with the Inkswell, the silence. It's a nice combination. Monkeys Forever took so much damage from the DD,
Storm.
and now the 3-4-3 is going to be caught inside the Sprout. That's 3 dead. Complexity. Choose another ill-timed fight in PSG.LGD, mop it up, take 3 kills, maybe taking the tower as well here as Complexity are not trying to TP in.
This is a massive tower for them to take because Storms generally just don't take Lina's safe or mid lane towers. It's usually the other way around because the Storm gets bullied out of the lane. And you saw that X-Nova actually brought a smoke over in himself. I think that was the idea for the play. Then Z-Freak shows up, and they say, we'll take the free kill that's here anyways, and Complexity, in a bit of a head-scratcher, decided to bring everybody in one by one to fight against the DD Storm.
Yeah. FY continuing to be left alone here in the top lane, trying to get a Blink Dagger, while Chalice is the one moving around, joining for those ganks, like at mid lane. Who is going to be going for a straight-up Spirit Vessel, which will be very nice against both the Morphling and the Doom. Maelstrom for Ame, an early impact farming item that can help you get solo kills. Anybody who wants to show up in that bottom lane has to be a bit timid with the Chronosphere always being up. Ame is not trying to rotate around as much as he did with the Terrorblade game, and you could definitely feel a big difference in pace. PSG.LGD, they know they have some great late game heroes, and they're fine with the pace of game as is.
I think the reason why he hasn't rotated is because the Doom hasn't hit 6 for some time. But now that he is, maybe he makes his way on a Chalice up at top lane. This should be a kill.
The Rolling Thunder thought about going in. Instead, they're just going to leave Chalice, but Chalice with a Sprout, the TP out. No! Complexity! They should have had the guaranteed kill. Meanwhile, Monkeys Forever trying to defend his tower is going to die here. Now the Rolling Thunder is going to come in as they see Limp is going to be caught as Chalice comes back in. Remember me? Tried to kill me, didn't get it. Now I'm going to be able to kill you too. Miracle turns into a Pango, can use that swashbuckle to try and jump away as the extra bit of HP will help him survive, but maybe is not backing down either. He's still going to try and go for this kill despite the 2 health bars here. Now going to be silenced up, gets the extra Javelin proc. The Morphling falls. Z-Freak, he's going to doom up. They need this kill. They need it badly. Monkeys Forever is trying to boost his way over, misses out on the sneaky napalm, wasn't quite close enough. Now the flame break, beautiful setup, is going to be able to bounce back this void. The silence on the bat, though, is going to be slowing down the sneaky napalm. They need to be able to catch him. Finally, they do get the lasso. Burst him down now. The time walk, he's going to be able to stop this in turn. Monkeys Forever is dead. Ame, 2 seconds up. Maskaman, got to wait out that, but he will be able to catch up to Z-Freak eventually here. Ame, much like Chalice, they tried to go on him, failed to get the kill, and as a result, he turns around and kills his offenders.
And they're going to go for the Shrine. This is the most efficient possible play. They're just getting aggressive all around the map. That's part of the way that you can counter this lineup. With these big cooldown ultis that they rely on, like the Doom, just get aggressive everywhere on the map. Be front-facing with the Storm. Get out there before they can get to you. Don't allow them to just smoke up with Z-Freak, set up kills on him. What a rough turn of events overall for Complexity, as now we are headed in a similar direction. It was 8-4 2 seconds ago.
Yeah.
And now it is 16-4. I think they hit 20-4 before Complexity ended up getting another kill. And I thought this was going to be much better for Complexity with their laning phase, but no difference at the end of the day.
Ward laid out from 3-4-3. We got the boots of travel for Monkeys Forever. Our Lena, what's the progression on her? We've got Yule Scepter.
Oh, top.
Seems like, once again, Cole is just a bit behind in their items, and as a result, not willing to try and take fights just yet.
And they shouldn't be. Not right now. I think they've sort of missed out on that timing window as FY. Popping it.
Going to try and shield crash to get a bit of distance away from Z-Freak. Is going to be caught eventually here unless the Swashbuckle gets away. Meanwhile, the Chronosphere up here in the top lane. Very important kills. Even if the Stormsphere is locked in, it doesn't matter. Those two are too damn squishy. Meanwhile, back over to bottom lane. We are going to be able to get the last with a successful pickoff onto FY. We are not going to see the same 20-4 score we saw last game, but it is looking quite similar. It's a 9,000 net worth lead for PSG.LGD after that exchange.
So underfarmed right now on the side of Complexity.
And Ame is mega farmed, about to hit 10K in net worth.
Oh yeah, he's had a completely free game, and I mean, he was gifted 2 kills at bottom after the unsuccessful chase with the Doom.
Whew. Look at him, just way above the average net worth. And that's what happens when you just have a free game like this, where you just occasionally throw out a Chronosphere and get a kill or two. He has not been pressured once by this Lina Doom. We haven't seen any rotations into his safe lane that have actually served a purpose of killing Ame.
Yeah, we're really seeing the presence of maybe in this game be felt. And we need the same thing from Limp right now, who had a very successful laning phase, but hasn't really been able to transition that out into anything tangible for the side of Complexity.
And if Complexity is not careful, they're going to be giving up an Aegis.
I mean, they're most likely... I mean, this is already done.
Yeah, this is...
This Aegis is no longer fightable. They're not in position. I was thinking they were going to give this to Maybe, but I think this is probably a new thing where you just don't give your Storm the first Aegis of the game, with the idea that it doesn't matter that much.
Yeah. And it's this early. Look at him chanting Roshan.
I wish you could all chat that one.
That one deserves to be in the all chat.
Yeah.
That is fantastic.
That's the taunt.
Blink Dagger now for FY, so we have some extra initiation. It's now not just the Storm Spirit or the Blink-in Chronosphere or hoping for a Swashbuckle lucky shot. Now we can actually get some hard disable in from FY to start these fights, and that just leaves more openings for the Storm Spirit. I like the point you brought up that maybe is creating a lot of space with the Storm Spirit. We had a conversation about this in the group stage. Feels like Storm Spirit is more of a mid-game hero the way you play him than previous patches.
Oh, for sure. Nowadays, you just sort of run in, take fights nonstop, play it as an initiator, get to the back line, abuse these heroes that can't play by themselves anymore on the map. Like, anytime he finds this Grimstroke, he's dead. As Complexity gonna smoke, and they're waiting for the mid lane. They need to get something out of this. They're hoping that the Storm would have jumped on Lina and they would have had the instant turnaround, but LGD not even close to falling for that, as maybe smoked up himself, and he's gonna find a DD rune. Life just gets harder and harder.
He saw how much work that DD rune did last fight. You do have an Aether Lens on the Lina. This Complexity were also smoked up, trying to find some sort of pick-off. They don't want to go anywhere near Ame, who is obviously has the Chronosphere up, also has the Aegis. They don't feel comfortable fighting near him, so they're hoping anybody from LGD will show themselves mid to defend this tower. PSG.LGD not taking the risk, though.
I don't love the fact that they're not even trying to take mid tower themselves.
Yeah.
Like, you have to get something out of this. They're showing multiple heroes at bottom lane. If you're not even going to take any sort of trade, this just feels like it's rough. because now by the time you try to take mid, maybe there's some turnaround here as
There's
all
going
of
to
the
be mass
TPs
teleports coming in, and Chalice is not going to die that fast. Good Blade's going to come out, not quite enough burst damage. Chalice is probably going to die to Z-Freak now, but Ame is looking to be able to catch somebody here. Not getting any of the cores, so they're just going to have to go for Z-Freak instead. It was an exchange that does favor Complexity in just that one little instance, but the fact they gave up their tier 2, didn't get the mid-tier 1 tower out of that, it's not going to feel great for Complexities. Now they may be losing monkeys forever. I say maybe, but it's no problem for maybe himself, as the double damage rune gives him a dominating streak.
And so far so good for PSG.LGD as they just continue to roll 11K up. All of the heroes have farm. FY is more or less a core at this point. He's barely behind the Morphling when it comes to farm, just on the sheer amount of towers that they've taken. As Ame gonna pop the chrono at top, he whiffs!
Oh, that was not good. Miracle bumps him back there. He sprouts himself, tries to go for the teleport away. They don't have a way to be able to eat through the trees, apparently, so he's going to get out. Well played by Miracle.
And just impatient by Ame because he knows he has the waveform.
So he just tried to time walk and go for the Chronosphere at the same time as Miracle
And I
jumped
think he
away.
made the correct decision, too, on who to become. He chose to be the Nature's Prophet. I thought he was just going to try to be the Void.
Yeah.
But going for the TP out there, very smart. Really good reaction time is Bloodstone fully completed on this
Chalice.
crit.
He knows Limp was somewhere there. The bounty rune was missing. He's going to reveal that Limp was trying to farm up their ancient stack. They will defend it, even if they can't kill them. Almost 6 minutes faster than the average of Bloodstone. Already up at 20 minutes in for maybe after the Kaya. Running out of Aegis time here. Ame, similar to last game, starts getting hyper aggressive as this second life is about to wear off. Takes a mid-tier 2, no problem. Complexity again, wary to fight, waiting for the Aegis to take out here, but now they spotted Z-Freak. He's gonna try and go for the TP away, but a bash, not gonna happen for Ame. FY, a bit disappointed about that one, but overall, PSG.LGD shouldn't be too disappointed about the game. 20-6, 21 minutes in, a 15,000 net worth lead.
And they're still filtering items, they're still farming, still have the top 2 core net worths in the game. Their forward position has a ton behind them too. Chalice has already picked up a lot of his utility items with the Spirit Vessel that we know he loves going on this Nature's Prophet. And it makes a lot of sense just being able to TP in. You'll always get charges on this hero. It makes you naturally a lot tankier, which I think Nature's Prophet misses.
Complexity was already struggling to be able to burst down heroes with their lineup, considering how far ahead PSG.LGD is. That's going to get even worse as now FY has a mech. So we're going to have a little bit of team fight sustain, making that burst damage less and less viable. Long jump over. They're going to be able to grab the Morphling, who they already have the Spirit Vessel on. They preemptively got the Furion in there. A big Wrath of Nature hit on multiple heroes, but they are going to pull Chalice back to his doom. All these heroes are low, though, and maybe sees it, as well as FY. 2 of them down. Complexity now on retreat. Miracle and Limp are pretty mobile, but FY still chasing. Does manage to get a lucky shot proc, slowing down Miracle. Now the jump in from the Storm Shield will finish him off for the triple kill for FY. I think you're willing to dive the base here. It's looking like it is. They're going to risk the tier 3s. Tries to go for Limp, does not get the lucky shot to slow him down, much to FY's disappointment. But Ame will just go for the tier 3s. He's been an objective-based gamer all series long. We're going to see the Grimstroke dies. Staying out of position against this mobile heroes, it's hard to be in the right position.
Complexity going to be a tier 3. They haven't needed Ame at all in this game.
No.
Really, the only big kill participation we saw him in was the turnaround at bottom lane, but aside from that, we saw the whiff on the chrono at top, and it doesn't even change much of the game at all, as they're going to get racks out of this, likely back out, wait for the next Roshan, and then claim everything with the second Aegis cheese of the game.
Vote of Defiance for the Furion, and he's pretty much the only one that Complexity have been able to take out in these fights, and so he's gonna make himself a bit tankier and make his team tankier as well with the pipes coming up, as you can see. Ame has not died once. Chalice 4 times, but he's willing to take that engagement. Now the blink forward. We have maybe jumping in, causing some chaos. FI is going to try and make sure these heroes are disabled as long as possible.
The double grip
himself. They do manage to get the double lasso up here with Miracle being able to burst down the back line. That was beautifully set up. Finally, they get a great Grimstroke combination. But Ame, you said he wasn't needed for most of this, and now he's going to show himself. Now he's going to show that he can carry out this game with his BKB. He managed to get 2 kills on the supports, but they have to back up. They were not able to get to that back line in part because we did have the buyback from Limp here. And Monkeys Forever outside of his base gets some Javelin procs. The Spirit Vessel brings him a bit low, but PSG.LGD, they're plenty far ahead right now and should not be risking any sort of high ground overextension.
Yeah, and they still have Chrono. Ame just didn't feel like he needed to use it whatsoever.
No.
Storm still dead for 20 seconds. Roshan will respawn in less than 30, and there is a DD rune at bottom lane.
4 members of LGD are the top 4 net worth in the series right now. Miracle is currently behind FY's 4 position, Pango. And it's about to get even worse because they just lost that mid lane, which means tier 3s are gone, or tier 3 is gone, and that means shrines are going to fall. That means even more net worth for PSG.LGD. And if they want, they've got Roshan available. It was a pretty early spawn too. Aegis and Cheese could just secure the game 100% for PSG.LGD and Complexity. They don't even have the Doom up yet. So I'm not sure if they would be able to fight. We did see the effectiveness though of the double Doom, double Lasso. There it is, a DD rune for Ame. Makes short work of the Roshan. Once again, Ame will be the one to take the Aegis. He's going to be the building hitter for LGD.
It's a bit surprising though, considering he hasn't really been the one getting in front. Like he usually just lets maybe get there first and maybe just takes the cheese instead.
Maybe Ame is saying like, guys, I really want to keep this deathless streak I've got going on. 9-second BKB. You see Lincoln's being built by him just in case. If everything somehow goes wrong, he still has that defensive item. Complexity. How are they going to be able to set this up?
You got to defend this one. They don't have buyback on Limp, so they'll be pretty all in on this defense, but
343's got the Doge. We'll be able to grab 2 of them with a lasso pullback. Here comes FY to be able to interrupt all the spell casting, though, with the glue debates already out. They are going to be able to bring down 2, but the BKB, no, Ame doesn't fall. Even with Doom on him, with the BKB, he just turns and starts right-clicking some of these heroes. Limp's going to be pulled back into his Doom, as Doom himself gets caught inside the Sprout, trying to make his way back in the fountain, where maybe is currently residing. And Complexity don't want to watch the massacre that's going to happen inside of their fountain, as they call GG to try and escape, but it won't happen. 5 members of Complexity get wiped out inside of their fountain as PSG.LGD show that a difference in laning phase doesn't matter. We're gonna have the same results as game 1, game 2, easily claimed by PSG.LGD.
They're just getting out team fought like crazy. As I mean, disappointing result for Complexity. Did make it to at least this main stage, lower bracket, but PSG.LGD showing why they are well regarded as one of the best teams in the world, especially with maybe back in the mid lane.
Their results with maybe gone were not the top tier that we were expecting. Now that maybe's back into form, they may have dropped down to lower bracket, but that is just for the other teams to worry about, as PSG.LGD is showing that they are certainly one of the most dominant teams here. And again, they are a team that took a game off of Secret, who we regard as probably the best team here right now.